Welcome to the Motormouth YouTube channel. I'm Zach.
I'm Andrea.
And this is our list, our 10 favorite hybrid vehicles. This is just our list. This is what we like. Some you might say, well, where did that one go? Well, maybe it didn't make the list. So what we're going to do is do it in what order?
We're going to do it in alphabetical order. And I just want to say we've been getting a lot of feedback from viewers asking about hybrids. And they're asking, do I get this? Do I get that? So we thought, hey, let's do our top 10 hybrids.
And then the other thing is, because there's been a lot of changes in the EV world, a lot of people have maybe looked at EVs, changed their mind. They're really thinking about hybrids, especially now that rebates have gone away in Canada. So we're going to get into it alphabetically. What one comes up first?
The Ford Maverick. We really like this one. Now it has an all-wheel drive option available, and it gets great fuel economy, super versatile.
So when the Maverick was first introduced, it was just front-wheel drive only for the hybrid. If you wanted all-wheel drive, you had to go to the gas. So for 2025, they've added all-wheel drive. This is going to open it up to a lot of people. I'm really lobbying to get one of these in our fleet of vehicles. I just love how versatile it is. It's got good room in the front, pretty good room for the back seats, and you get a cargo area that's useful. And in our experience, the fuel economy is better than the posted numbers.
And I also love the unique interior. Yes, there's hard plastic, but I really enjoy how Ford went with special pieces or unique pieces throughout the vehicle and different color combos.
And this thing has been selling incredibly well. They're all over the road, and people just love the idea of having something small that's not too crazy expensive but great on gas.
So let's get into the powertrain of this hybrid. The Maverick Hybrid has a 2.5-liter four-cylinder with a hybrid system. It's matched to an eCVT and gets a combined 191 horsepower. As we said, front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive options are available.
And the fuel economy is 5.6 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 7.1 on the highway. That's an incredible 42 miles per gallon in the city, 33 on the highway.
Up next is the Honda Civic Hybrid. We actually picked it as our #1 vehicle of the year, and we're big fans of it. It's refined, it's smooth, gets great fuel economy, and it's comfortable.
And it's more fun to drive than the regular Civic. So in the Civic lineup, they have the base four-cylinder engine, and they had a turbo engine, which was their premium offering. They got rid of that and replaced it with this hybrid. This actually has more power. It's more fun to drive. It's quieter. It's zippy. It's a great little package. It's available in sedan and hatchback. It's really an incredible car. Once you drive it, you're like, oh, I get it now.
My favorite is the hatchback. I think that it is the most versatile, and the interior, we really like it. The Civic interior feels quite sophisticated. It's elegant.
And
it's
some people say
modern.
Some people say it's a little dull.
Some people do.
But it's a bit timeless. It's one of those things where they decided to make a very simple, clean, and elegant dashboard, which they think is going to hold the test of time.
I really like the honeycomb dash as well. And some people also think that the Civic exterior is a little bit plain. But I actually really like what Honda has done with this model, and I'd love to see an HRV hybrid come too. The Civic Hybrid has a 2-liter four-cylinder with a 2-motor hybrid system. It's matched to an eCVT and has a combined 200 horsepower and 232 pound-feet of torque. This is a front-wheel drive only model.
And the fuel economy is good. 4.7 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 5.1 on the highway. That's 50 miles per gallon in the city, 47 on the highway.
Next on our list in alphabetical order is the Honda CR-V Hybrid. This is a popular choice for many. It's comfortable, the cabin is open and spacious, and I also found that the cabin to be quite quiet. It is missing some features.
Yeah. Okay, one thing to keep in mind, it's selling incredibly well. About 50% of all the people that go to a Honda store end up with the hybrid CR-V, and it gets good fuel economy. When it first came out, though, as a hybrid, it was more expensive than everything else in the marketplace, but everybody else seems to have caught up. It is a premium offering, but I think you kind of get your money's worth, except the fact that there's no ventilated front seats available or a 360-degree camera.
And no panoramic sunroof either, which many of these competitors have. So you do pay a premium for this Honda CR-V, but when we speak to viewers, most of them buy that top trim. The CR-V Hybrid is a 2-liter 4-cylinder with a pair of electric motors. It's matched to an eCVT and has a combined 204 horsepower and 247 pound-feet of torque. Standard all-wheel drive in Canada, front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive options are available in the U.S.
Here's the fuel economy: 6 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 6.9 on the highway. That's 40 miles per gallon in the city, 34 on the highway.
Up next is the Kia Sportage. Now, it is based on the same platform as the Hyundai Tucson, and they are both very good options, but we've picked the Sportage because we like the exterior and interior design of that model over the Tucson, but both share the same powertrain, and they are equally as quiet, comfortable, refined. In fact, it's probably one of the quietest hybrids that we've been in the non-luxury category.
And also, if you're looking for space, the previous model was the Honda CR-V. It's one of the largest in this class, the compact SUV class, and the Kia and Hyundai are relatively the same size. So if you're looking for good rear seat legroom, for example, the Kia is going to offer that. We like the dash more than the Hyundai version. That's another reason why we chose it. And there is an updated model going to be released later this year. We've seen it. We haven't had a chance to drive it, but the powertrain is the same.
And one difference right now between the Sportage and the Tucson is the Tucson has already received its updates for 2025. The Sportage will get it in 2026. This hybrid has a 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with a 6-speed automatic transmission, 227 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. Standard all-wheel drive in Canada, front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive options are available in the U.S.
The fuel economy is 6.1 liters per 100 kilometers city, 6.3 on the highway. That's 38 miles per gallon city, 38 on the highway.
One important thing to mention about this Kia is that it does use Kia's H-Track all-wheel drive system, and some may prefer an automatic transmission, whereas other hybrids on this list have an eCVT.
And one in alphabetical order that's next is the Lexus NX. We recently did a video and Consumer Reports chose the Lexus NX as one of its most reliable vehicles. So there's some comfort in that. The NX is based on the Toyota RAV4 platform, but they do make it into a Lexus. It is quite different and it has more power than the Toyota RAV4 hybrid system. It's 240 horsepower and is a nice compact size, easy to maneuver, easy to park, it's easy to live with.
Yeah, and a much nicer interior compared to the RAV4. You've got all the updated technology, the larger screens, the trims are nicer with the interior as well. But most importantly is that it is reliable. In the premium luxury category, there really are no hybrids in the compact class. You really would have to go up to a larger vehicle like the Lincoln Nautilus or move into a plug-in hybrid. The NX Hybrid has a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder with Lexus hybrid drive. It's matched to an eCVT and gets a combined 240 horsepower standard all-wheel drive.
The fuel economy is 5.7 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 6.4 on the highway. That's 41 miles per gallon in the city, 37 on the highway.
Next on our list is the Mazda CX-50 Hybrid. We were really impressed with this vehicle when we drove it, and it uses the Toyota powertrain. So it kind of makes you feel like you're getting a very reliable vehicle, even though it's new, because it uses a reliable powertrain.
Yes, if you're not aware, Toyota owns part of Mazda. So what they did was they took the RAV4 hybrid system and they plugged it into the CX-50 platform. Okay. Exactly same output, 219 horsepower as the RAV4. So back to Andrea's point, that RAV4 is incredibly reliable. It's only in its first year for the CX-50, but if you're going to place bets, it wouldn't be a bad bet that it's going to go the distance. And it has a slightly different look than the RAV4. You could even from a distance call it kind of wagony with a long roof to it, and we really like the design.
The interior is quite beautiful. Mazda knows how to create an upscale, refined interior. It has a traditional shifter, which is nice to see, and the panoramic sunroof if you like that. Fuel economy is quite good. It's not as good as the RAV4, but better than something like the Sportage, which uses an automatic transmission.
But it is different than the RAV4 hybrid. It is more engaging because Mazda does spend, we think, a little bit more time delivering a nice feedback through the steering and the chassis. So you get a sort of a RAV4 Plus experience with this product. So that's kind of something. One thing Andrea doesn't like, though, you don't like the seats.
I just find the seats to be a little bit short for your thighs, so you have to check it. I think it depends on your body type. We've had viewers get into the CX-50 and said, you know what, it didn't really bother me. Others say, yeah, the seats are too short. But I would say that it offers the most dynamic drive of a hybrid that we've been in the non-luxury category. The CX-50 hybrid is a 2.5-liter four-cylinder hybrid system with 3 electric motors. It's matched to an eCVT and gets a combined 219 horsepower, standard electronic all-wheel drive.
The fuel economy, 6.1 liters per 100 kilometers city, 6.4 on the highway, 39 miles per gallon city, 37 on the highway. So this is our list, top 10 of our favorite hybrids. And then we get to the brand where a lot of people are going to go, well, that kind of makes sense. We've landed at T, Toyota. We've got a few to go through.
Oh, we do have a few, and they're all great options. So let's first start with the Toyota Camry. When we drove this for the first time in California, we were impressed. I gotta say, when you get in the XSE model, it does feel like it's a little bit sportier than the XLE. It's comfortable. Boy, is it loaded with features on the base model in Canada. Toyota went really aggressive with this model on the pricing. They knew they had to do it because sedans are just not as popular as SUVs.
Yeah, so selling hybrid SUVs, no problem. People in sedans now, all you get with Camry is hybrid. They got rid of the gas model, so there's no 4-cylinder anymore. There's no V6, it's just hybrid. But they threw everything in it, bigger screens, nicer interior, updated suspension. They did a very good job with this.
The Toyota Camry is a 2.5-liter four-cylinder with Toyota's 5th generation hybrid system. It has 2 electric motors and it's matched to an eCVT. Front-wheel drive models get a combined 225 horsepower and all-wheel drive models 232 horsepower.
Here's the all-wheel drive fuel economy, 5.1 liters per 100 kilometers city, 5.1 on the highway. That's 46 miles per gallon city, 46 on the highway.
Next on our list is the Toyota Crown Signia. When we saw it for the first time, I thought to myself, what? Is this really a Toyota? The interior is just so sophisticated and upscale looking. Toyota did such a great job with this model.
So if you don't know what a Crown is, in the domestic Japanese market, a Crown is a high-end vehicle. This is the highest end vehicle you really get from Toyota. And they're really quite respected and been in the marketplace there in that market for decades. So they brought the Crown back to North America with this unique looking car. It's an SUV/wagon, similar to the CX-50 we showed you just moments ago, and it has all of the same characteristics you get from other Toyota hybrids, but in a much nicer and posher looking experience. In Canada, they only sell one high-end trim. In the US, you get the high-end trim, and then below that, the XLE trim.
It does get up there in price in Canada, really butting heads with the Lexus NX. But if you're looking for something that's a little bit more unique, a wagon feel instead of an SUV, the Crown Signia is a great choice. It gets excellent fuel economy and offers a comfortable ride. The Crown Signia has a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine with 3 electric motors. It's matched to an eCVT and has a combined 240 horsepower standard all-wheel drive.
The fuel economy is 6 liters per 100 kilometers city, 6.4 on the highway. That's 39 miles per gallon city, 37 on the highway. So are we almost done?
We're almost done. 2 more on the list.
Okay.
Both Toyotas. Up next is the Grand Highlander Hybrid Max. That one is just such a special vehicle. It has a great blend of performance and fuel efficiency, and it has a real Lexus-like interior.
Okay, so we're kind of doing a 2-for-1 here because in the Grand Highlander lineup, they have a regular hybrid, similar to the hybrids we already mentioned from Toyota and Lexus, and then they have this Hybrid Max, which is a different thing altogether. So it's not just about efficiency with that model, it's power and efficiency, meaning it would replace a much bigger engine.
Yeah.
So there you go. You can have the highest end one is the Hybrid Max. And in our opinion, if you're shopping with the Lexus TX, just get the Grand Highlander Hybrid Max. That one is the best deal in the lineup.
Yeah, we really like it. You know, it is one of the larger vehicles in its class, along with the Chevrolet Traverse and the Volkswagen Atlas, but both of those models don't have a hybrid. So this is really a special one from Toyota. We're impressed with it. We like it. If you have the budget for the Hybrid Max, go for it. But if you're driven by fuel economy, then the 2.5 liter hybrid might be the better option for you. The base hybrid is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder matched to an eCVT. It gets a combined 243 horsepower. In Canada, standard electronic on-demand all-wheel drive. In the US, front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive options are available.
Even though this is such a big vehicle, the fuel economy on this model is impressive. 6.6 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 7.4 on the highway. That's 36 miles per gallon city, 32 on the highway.
The Hybrid Max powertrain is a 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with a 6-speed automatic transmission, a combined 362 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. Standard full-time electronic all-wheel drive.
Fuel economy is 9 liters per 100 kilometers city, 8.8 on the highway. 26 miles per gallon city, 27 on the highway. And the last vehicle on the list is the best-selling passenger vehicle in Canada and the United States. Take pickup trucks out of it. If you're looking at the bestseller, it is the Toyota RAV4, and the hybrid is the one that we like. And we just did a thing on Consumer Reports, and the highest quality car that they study from Toyota is the RAV4.
And it doesn't matter if you get the gas, the hybrid, the plug-in hybrid. Consumer Reports has rated them all very high for reliability. A new RAV4 is coming for 2026, but this current model has really held up. Yes, the interior definitely needs an update. It's a little bit plain, but we look forward to seeing the new one.
So people say to us, why do you guys talk about RAV4 so much? Well, it is the best-selling passenger car, and it's the most reliable, and it's the most fuel efficient in its class. It's like checks a lot of boxes, and Toyota has a wide spectrum of available options. You can get a really sort of base model that isn't really crazy expensive, all the way up to the plug-in version Andrea mentioned, and there's something in the middle there for everybody. That's why it sells so well.
Yeah, and I think that is the most impressive thing about Toyota, is just having so many trims for different budgets, so you can get into a hybrid that's more affordable, start saving at the pumps and lowering your carbon footprint. The RAV4 hybrid has a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. It's matched to an eCVT with Toyota's hybrid Synergy drive. It has a combined 219 horsepower and standard all-wheel drive.
The fuel economy is very good. 5.8 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 6.3 on the highway. That's 41 miles per gallon in the city, 38 on the highway.
So there's our top 10 hybrids. These are hybrids that we really like. It doesn't mean that there aren't others out there that are very good, like the RX hybrid, but we only had 10.
Yeah.
And these are the ones we picked.
Yeah, and we get so much feedback from people that they're saying they're looking for hybrids. They just not ready yet to maybe go to a full EV.
Yeah.
Maybe they live in an apartment. They have nowhere to plug in a vehicle. So hybrids make sense for so many people. They save money right away. To buy one compared to a regular gas isn't that much more. And we're flooded with feedback from you. You love hybrids, which is why we did this video.
So type below and let us know which hybrid on the list you would consider. Which one would you buy? And if there's another one that you own that you really love equally, please type below and let us know. We always enjoy your feedback and we read all of the comments.
Talk to you next time.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.